KCP or Caruso, how important is it to have a bench that can come in and change the game energy-wise, which seemed to happen in this one?
Yeah, well, that's the great thing about our team is our depth and our ability to handle, a couple of guys being out in particular at the same position, defensive same position anyway, again, our chasers. But those guys played well. Wes, Talon, Trez, and Keefe, really gave us a lift off the bench and, a big part of the victory.
Just specifically with Montrez, Frank, what did you see from him tonight?
Energy. He just you have to honor everything he does on the offensive end, whether he's ducking in or rolling to the basket. He's really picked up his offensive rebounding, from early in the season, and obviously gives great defensive determination and fight as well with his communication. And I thought he did a great job, not only rebounding the ball defensively, but boxing out. You know what I mean? And this is a selfless thing to give yourself up, to get your body into a bigger guy like Valanciunas, and let some of the guards, or you saw Braun with 13 defensive rebounds, just let some of the guards come back and rebound while he's doing the dirty work underneath and wiping the crashers off the glass. It doesn't show up on the box score, but really did a great job with that.
And Frank, not the first time that we've seen LeBron take over in a fourth quarter. I just wonder your perspective on the sideline when you're seeing him do that.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him a blow so he doesn't play the whole fourth quarter, and he keeps making big plays. It's tough to take him out. So we were able to find a spot, to get him a rest, so we don't overdo it in the fourth. But he was terrific. You know what I mean? He knew what he wanted to go to in terms of the action that he wanted to exploit in their defense. And, we kept putting him in that action, and he delivered, big shots, big plays with the pass. And, obviously, brought us home offensively during that, that fourth quarter.
Dave? Frank, last game we were asking you about Anthony being a 6'11" guy who's shooting threes off the bounce. Today, I think it's a 6-point game. He has a high screen for LeBron. LeBron sits with a pocket pass, and he's shooting a floater. Can you just speak about the variety of his skill set, and in particular, a floater from a 6'11" guy?
Yeah, he can shoot. He can do it all. Anthony's shot making is what makes him a top 5 player in this league. And whether it's in the low post with all his footwork moves, his ability to jab and shoot over guys, his hooks around the basket, his ability to finish around the basket on rolls and offensive rebounds, and the 3-ball, and you saw tonight the floater. So, he really can do it all.
Dan?
Hey, Frank, there was a sequence, I think, where Memphis had 3 guys kind of crashing the offensive rebound. It was a loose ball, and LeBron was the guy that was fastest to it, took you guys the other way, and got you out in transition. You talked before the game, this isn't a guy you can hold back because of his competitiveness. Like, if he's on the court, he's going to go. What have you thought of his effort levels and knowing kind of his short offseason, just seeing that competitiveness sort of just take over and kind of push him in nights like tonight?
No, I love it. We'll manage, his minutes and all that stuff in a responsible way, but when he's out on the floor, that's who he is. He's as competitive as anybody in the league. And, like I said, 13 defensive rebounds, that's hard to do when you're not a center. That's just competitive spirit, wanting to win and, being determined. And obviously he carried a big offensive scoring load, but what he did, like you said, in those stretches defensively, we held these guys to 40 points in the second half, after 36 in the first quarter. So
really got things going, end up a plus 12, second only to LeBron. How important was that energy and just making sure that flow got going the right way for you guys?
It was really just coming out, playing the right way, man. My team, looks at me for energy and, to pick things up when, guys are kind of, not in the, right groove or flow of offense or defense, man. So, I just come in trying to do anything I can and basically everything I can, man, to keep the ball alive on the offense end and, just limit them to one shot on defense end. And my teammates do a great job of feeding off me.
Hey, what's your early season reflection now of being a Laker, of melding with your new teammates and just how you see things playing out on the floor so far, Montrez?
It's still a long process, man. We take it one game at a time. I take it one game at a time, man. I try not to put too much on myself, try to overthink things, man. I'm on the floor with a lot of great players, as I've been, all my career, man. So it's just trying to make the game as simple as possible for those guys, and, hopefully I'll reap the rewards off of it, man. I came in this game just working hard and just working my tail off, man. It's the same thing I'm doing now.
All right, and final thing for you. We know this season is so unique, so just like you saw the Spurs twice in a row, now you get the Grizzlies twice in a row. What's the key in a regular season matchup to see a team 2 times in a row? What do you guys have to do next time?
Honestly, the same thing we did tonight, man, but a little bit harder, man. These guys came out and jumped on us early in the beginning, man, and we had to fight to come back. But we really just got to come out and be ready to play as soon as the ball is thrown up, man. I think if we do that and, carry out our defensive principles, what we want to do and take them out of, I think we'll be good. But we really just got to come out and be ready to play as soon as the ball is thrown up. I think that was the only thing that was really missing to start off tonight.
All right, sounds good, man. Well, look, you get a chance to actually unpack your suitcase, so we'll let you go back to the room, man. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
For the game, talking about the emotions, of course, being back in a place that's so familiar and near and dear to your heart. I was just curious, once the game started, obviously the recognition from the organization to you, what that all meant as it all played out.
It meant a lot. Obviously, you're missing a huge part of all this, which is the fans and the people from Memphis that would have been there. But obviously, I'm very thankful, for what the franchise has done for me, not just now in recognition, but throughout the years that I was here, and now carry on into the next generation.
Obviously, you're a vet. You've been around this league for quite some time. Was there any kind of nervous energy for you being out there? Any kind of memories that flowed back that kind of had to put yourself in a position to settle down before the ball was tipped?
Before the ball was tipped, maybe a little bit. It's just a little awkward being on a different locker room and warming up, kind of the opposite side and all that kind of stuff. Once the ball goes up, it just, game time is completely different. I just wish I hit it one of those threes that would have made it much, much better.
From a team standpoint, one final point for me, Mark. This is now back-to-back games on the road that you guys have found ways down the stretch, especially to close out and get the W. The other night in San Antonio, I think it was a 9-0 run. And today it was 13-2 over the final 4.5 minutes. What is it about you guys as a unit that you guys are finding in terms of execution, though it's early here in this season, in terms of closing out?
I think we're learning each other. We're learning how to win as a team together, trying to help one another, be comfortable out there on both ends of the floor, communicating. It's all a process, obviously, like we always say that, but it truly is a process of becoming a team. And when you have new guys, going through the mistakes and how you approach them and how you fix them on the fly. Not only how you're being helped, also how you take it as a guy that probably has made a mistake. And when it's a hustle thing and you don't have enough energy, somebody else comes to you and or you bring the energy up for somebody else. That's all positive, and I think that it's all a process. And in fact, you're always getting ready for the bigger challenge when it comes down to the playoffs.
Mark, thank you.
Bill.
Hey, Mark, good to see you. First of all, how's the eye? And then second of all, I'm wondering what it's like for you to be back in Memphis for 4 days, first time, and then presumably not be able to do any of the things that you would want to do your first time back.
Well, it's good. I mean, I got to check out my house and see how, all the smoke detectors were beeping. Had to kind of go in there and change the battery on those. But it's weird not seeing, the people that meant so much to me during those years. I can see, you can't meet them and you have to be responsible. So that's a little challenging because you don't know what other people are doing. So, it's just part of the business. You have to be responsible. But, I think it's a little easier. It makes it a little less emotional when you don't have that, all the people around you kind of, going back so many years. I don't think it's the right timing for it now. So it's good, but I think it'll be better later on.
Lakers play the Grizzlies again on Tuesday in the last game of the road trip. Game time is at 5. We'll get you started with Access Sportsnet Lakers at 4.
I Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm a star, shining brightest in the darkest times. I'm a star, twinkle, twinkle. I bring the sparkle in, light your world up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Light your world up.